Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're back at it here, working on these barge frames. So this is the jig that I made there to assemble them. Put it on wheels so we can wheel it in and out of its hole over there in the corner there. But basically what we do is it's a 2x2 by quarter angle frame, and with gussets in the corners. What you're seeing here is actually the jig. It's a frame that's upside down, and I just reversed it, and then I build the frames on top of the jig itself. So yeah, so we just, square it up, clamp it all down, tack it together. Once they're tacked together, they look like this, There's lots of gaps there, but we just fill that in rather than beveling everything. And yeah, that's all tacked there. So once they're tacked, then we get them on the table and we weld them up solid like that. There's a few of them there, 2, 4, 6 of them. So it's kind of repetitive work there, but we're getting her done. We've got 68 of them to make right now just to get started, and then we'll be making a whole bunch more using the old 252 there to burn it all together, gas MIG. So yeah, it's coming along pretty good. We'll get a few of them tacked together today, and we try to deliver a dozen at a time. In the old half-ton truck there, it's a good load, so so that's what we're up to. We'll get a few of these done and get on with our day here. These are the gussets there. We shear them off on the ironworker. Works real good, Yeah, sorry. So yeah, this is an Edwards 60-ton ironworker. It bends right there. That's for shearing angle iron. I'll take you to the other side there. So you slide your angle iron in here, shears it right off. Down here you have a shear that'll shear up to 12 inches wide, up to half an inch thick, or 14 inches wide, 3/8 thick. And then you have the brake and the punch that I showed you guys in another video there. So yeah, it's a killer piece of equipment, very handy. So that's how we cut these. These are 9 inches long, I think. And we put a jig. You put a jig in here, just a bar clamped on here, and slide them in, and just hit the pedal, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 12 per frame, so times 60 some odd frames for now. It's a lot of cutting on the bandsaw. So with that thing there, it makes quick work of it. I think about half a day gets them all sheared. So yeah, anyways, so I'm gonna burn this together, and we'll get a whole bunch more made and add it to the pile. Tomorrow morning we'll load them up and drop them off over at the yard where we're assembling the barge. And I'll show you guys a bit more of that when we get into that, but that won't happen until probably after Christmas. We're just getting ready, getting a head start on these frames so they're ready when the plates come in for the sides of the barge. Those, I think the plates are 4x20, so they're a fair size. All right, well, we'll get at it here. Yeah, so all the notching gets done on the ironworker there. That's the notch right there, So just taking the end of the one side of the leg off of the angle, That's done in the in the notcher here. That guy there, you know, you put it in and push the pedal and off she goes, you know. And that's what basically makes these angles fit together, you know, right here in the corners. You take the thickness, if you can see that, you take the thickness out of that leg out of it, so they go together real good that way. And I'll give you guys a little demonstration of the brake side of that thing. It's a very handy machine, that's for sure. If I can just find a piece of material here. So we got a piece of 3x1/2 flat bar here, and let's put a bend in that. There's a little brake here. It's not, obviously, it's just a short brake, so it's good for bending heavy plates like that, or even if you wanted to bend trailer fenders. I've done on there before too, but that's a good heavy plate there. That's the thickness of my finger, you know. So let's see how well that'll bend. And I know how well it bends, but I'll give you guys a demonstration. So here we go. There we go. 3x1/2 flat bar. Nice bend in that, you know. So you can see how handy that machine is for a welding shop like ours, or any welding shop for that matter. It's a great tool, you know. Between that and this bandsaw, you can pretty much do anything you want, you know. That's like 5 or 6 feet long, you know. It's a nice big saw. It's been pretty good for our needs anyways. But anyways, so we'll get a whole bunch of these gussets laid in there. And these go right here in the corners there. Get yourself a nice long whip if you're got one of these 252 welders. You can get these better quality whips there. I think it's 15 feet. Very handy. That's the 4 corners tacked. We'll get the gussets in there now. That's all the angle tack. We'll get all the braces, the gussets done now. There we have it. So she's all tacked together. And all the plates, all the gussets, I mean, the angle. So I'll let this cool a couple of minutes there just to make sure it doesn't, the heat doesn't pull out a square, and we'll stick it in with the other one, and once we get a few of them done, then we lay them on the table there and give them a good weld all the way around. Pretty straightforward. So there you go. That's how it all comes together. I'll show you guys a little clip here of the yard where the barges are going to get assembled, and give you guys an idea of what those look like. These are these barges that we're building. I wanted to show you there while I'm in that yard. Anyways, they're 40 feet long, and they can section them together, you know. They can put a few together or a bunch together. So that's what we're going to be doing most of the winter. I think we're going to be building 4 of them. Should be an interesting project, you know. You can see they have a big piece of HSS on the top there. That's what they use as the spud, you know. Anchors it to the bottom of the sea or the river or whatever they're working on. Pretty cool. Anyways, should be a fun project. It's a barge company based out of Ottawa, Ontario. They do all kinds of work on oceans and lakes and bridge repairs, right? They supply the barges, they set them up, and they move them around. So there's all kinds of gear that's involved with doing all that, obviously. And so we've always done a bit of work for them. So they got a lot of stuff. You can see, I guess they're doing a pipeline at some point there, probably in the bottom of a river or something. Yeah, lots of stuff around, you know. Should be an interesting winter. And everything's heavy duty stuff, you know. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're not. We need more subscribers. We've only got a handful and we need some more. So throw a comment down below and we'll see you on the next one. Oh, and if you have a beard like mine, make sure you wear something leather over it, because I burnt mine off on the weekend. It was twice that long, and fixing a buddy's truck frame and nuked it right off. So yeah, protect that beard, guys. There we are, all burned together. One more done. They take about an hour and 20 minutes a piece, maybe total. Taking your time. And I flip them over and then make sure they're straight. Sometimes the heat pulls one way, so you got to give them a little bit of an attitude adjustment. But just, you know, you just beat them like they didn't listen. That's all.